Alrighty, picking up where we left off, number 5 on quiz 4 practice. Solve by using the quadratic formula. Enter in simplest form. Okay, quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I recommend memorizing it if you have not already. Let's give it a go. Our a in this case comes from the coefficient of z squared. That is 1. B comes from the z, which is negative 5. C is the constant, negative 9. Let's get it popping. So negative b means negative 5, which is positive 5, plus or minus square root of negative 5 squared, which is a positive 25, minus 4ac, which is 1 times negative 9, all over 2a, so 2 times 1, which is 2. Let's work out what's inside the square root. We have 25 plus 36. That feels like a perfect square. What is that? 25, they're both perfect squares, but when we add them, 25 and 36, we get what? 50, 61. Ew. Yeah, that's 61. That's crazy. Okay. And then over 2. Okay, 61. Is that prime? What is that? 61. That's crazy. Could that be? No, I don't think that's anything. All right, that might be it. We cannot simplify that, I do not think. 61. Why do I feel like that could be maybe divisible by something? 61 and like 7. That doesn't make sense. 9. More like a 13 or something. No. Definitely not 15. No, that's weird, man. Yeah, no, that's nothing. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. That's our solution set. Number 6, solve this equation. Okay, so my recommendation when dealing with absolute values is get the absolute value portion by itself on the left side of the equation. So we're going to subtract by 5. So we'll have 8, and then I'm going to simultaneously divide by the 2, so 8 over 2 to get 4, just to speed up the process here. So we get the absolute value situation by itself equal to 4. Now we break up into 2 equations. We have one equation where everything is just remaining positive, and then we have a separate equation where we negate. You could either negate the absolute value, or you could negate the 4 on the other side. You might often just see it as negating the 4 on the other side, so I'll leave it like that. And then we just solve for x with each equation, and we should get 2 answers. So we'll get 2x equals negative 1, x equals negative 1/2. Solve over here, minus 5, we get 2x equals negative 9. Divide by 2, negative 9/2, and we get 2 answers. So the solution set in order would be negative 9 over 2 and negative 1 over 2. That's it. All right. Number 7. Find the distance between the points. Okay. Distance formula is just difference in the x values squared plus difference in the y values squared. So difference in the x values, negative 1 minus 7. Would be negative 8. You could also do 7 minus negative 1, which would be positive 8. It doesn't matter. We could even do it backwards for this one. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 5 minus 3 is also 2. But when you square it, that's where it doesn't matter. So 64 plus 4 is 68. And then, do they want us to simplify that? I don't know. Can you do that by 4? That would be 15, 17... So if you wanted to, you could say 4 times 17 is 68. So then square root of 4 is 2. So maybe a nice 2 root 17 for the distance here. Okay. Now the midpoint. Midpoint comes from just like halfway between the x values, halfway between the y values. And so if you want, you can just think about that. Like for the y values, between 5 and 3 has got to be a midpoint of 4, but that's just for the y value. So then for the x values, you can actually do the average method where you add them together and divide by 2. Negative 1 plus 7 is 6. Over 2 is 3. So the midpoint is 3. As a reminder, you can do that same, averaging method for x's or y's. So 5 plus 3 over 2. 8 over 2 is the 4, okay? That was number 7. Ending with number 8, find the x and y-intercepts. Write each intercept as an ordered pair. Okay. When you think about a graph, when you think about an x-intercept, it's some x value, but what is the y value always? 0. The y value is always 0 for x-intercepts. I don't know what someone's doing with a vacuum right now, but this is crazy. All right, I'm so sorry. For any y-intercept, the x value is 0, and the y value is whatever the y value is. So the idea here I'm trying to get at is for any y-intercept, the x value is 0. For any x-intercept, the y value is 0. So for x-intercepts, we're plugging in y equals 0. So negative 5x minus 0 equals 35. So really just negative 5x equals 35. So x equals negative 7 when we divide by negative 5. So as an ordered pair would be, again, negative 7 comma 0. It's always 0 for the y. Y-intercepts, we plug in. That's crazy. If it's picking it up on camera, that's wild. All right. Sorry, we're so close. X equals 0. Plug in x equals 0. Up here, we get negative 7y equals 35. We divide by negative 7. We get 5. Negative 5. Again, ordered pair would be 0 for the x, negative 5 for the y. I believe that is it for the quiz 4 material. If you have any questions, please let me know. A lot of random problems here, a lot of different problems. So definitely have a good grasp on factoring, quadratic formula, distance formula, midpoint formula, simplifying square roots, taking square roots. I guess a little bit of ratio stuff. I wasn't that good on that stuff. I'm going to wrap up this video. This vacuuming is crazy. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.